Radio, we are back for day 3 of reading our Bible in 1 year, following the plan from my Bible that I have received or I brought. So we're up to Genesis 8 through to 11. So let's just read the first introduction part that's in the Bible. So this is about Genesis 8, 3 to 14. It says, waiting. It's so hard for us in today's instant access society. In fact, it seems impossible at times. But what happens while you and I wait on the Lord? Waiting gives us an opportunity to develop our trust in the Lord and to strengthen our faith in Him. We're forced to come to grips with the fact that He, and He alone, knows what He's doing. Waiting helps us grow in patience. Reflect for a moment on the patience with which Noah and his family waited for the waters to recede and the land to dry. What would you do in a similar situation? Hebrews 11:1 gives us a beautiful definition of faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We wait, and wait some more until finally we're content just to be with the Lord. And waiting energizes us for the walk or the race ahead. Are you waiting? Welcome it. No matter how it looks or feels, rejoice in your waiting time because you get to spend it with the Lord. Father, you know my temperament. You know I hate to wait for anything or anybody. Grant me patience as I wait for your wisdom. Also, give me a gentle spirit when I have to wait on people. Amen. Could you imagine in today's society waiting it was 150 days that the floodwaters were in the earth, and it's like, could you imagine without phones, without anything? What do you do for 150 days? I suppose they'd be tending to the to the animals and stuff like that, but what do you do on a boat for 150 days with nothing? Today's modern people would go crazy about that. Let's get into this. As I said, today's readings is Genesis 8 to 11. Now, there is a lot of difficult names in this, so this goes through some genealogy and stuff, and Sonia's not very good at that, so bear with me and just laugh with me as I say all the words wrong. Then God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the animals that were with him in the ark, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were also stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. The waters receded continually from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the waters decreased. Then the ark rested in the 7th month, and the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. I'd love to research where the mountain of Ararat is and whether we could visit it. That would be so cool. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark, and which he made. Then he sent out a raven, which kept going to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. He also sent out from himself a dove, to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned into the ark to him, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and drew her into the ark himself. And he waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent the dove out from the ark. Then the dove came to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive was in her mouth. And Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth, so he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, which did not return again to him any more. I'd be sad if that happened. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, and the first day of the month, that the waters were dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and indeed the surface of the ground was dry. And in the second month of the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds and cattle, and every creepy thing that creeps on earth, so that they may abound on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his sons and his wives, and his sons' wives with him, every animal, every creeping thing, every bird, and whatever creeps on the earth, according to the families, went out of the ark. So my imagination here goes, so all the people who are dead, all the animals that are dead, what's happened to their carcasses? Where are they? So Noah descends from the ark onto the ground. Are those people just lying around dead, or have they somehow disappeared? Good question, huh? Then Noah built the altar to the Lord and took off every clean animal and every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a soothing aroma. And the Lord said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground for man's sake, although the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, nor will I again destroy every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and day and night shall not cease. So God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be on every beast of the earth, on every bird of the air, and on all that move on the earth, and on all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hand. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. There's some things I just wouldn't eat, but apparently every living thing is food for us. Yuck. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all the things, even in the green herbs, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. Surely for your lifeblood I will determine a reckoning. From the hand of every beast I will require it, and from the hand of man. From the hand of every man's brother I will require the life of man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed. For in the image of God he made man. And as for you, be fruitful and multiply. Bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply in it. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed. If you kill someone, you're going to be killed. Yeah. Then God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And as for me, behold, I establish my covenant with you, with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the cattle, and every beast of the earth with you, all of that go out of the ark, every beast of the earth. Thus I establish my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you. For perpetual generations I set my rainbow in the cloud, and I shall be for the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. So every time you see a rainbow, you remember God's promise to us that he would never flood the earth again. I set my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be for the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. It shall be, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the rainbow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. The waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. The rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will look on it to remember that everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on earth. And God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. Now, the sons of Noah who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was populated. This is actually mind-blowing, right? Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted a vineyard. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk, and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew that his youngest son had done to him. Then he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants, he shall be to his brethren. And he said, blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood for 350 years. So all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. So because Ham, who fathered Canaan, saw Noah naked when Noah was drunk, Canaan was cursed. But why? Anyway, so here we come to all the descendants and all the words that Sonia can't pronounce. Now this is a genealogy of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and the sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer, so Japheth had Gomer. Gomer's now having Ashkenaz, Riphatha, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan, which was one of Japheth's childs, were Elijah, Tarish, Kittim, and Dodamin. From these the coastline peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families, into their nations. So as they had their descendants, they spread out across the earth. The sons of Ham were Cush, Merizim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havel, Sabbath, Ramah, and Sabachah. And the sons of Ramah were Sheba and Dedariah. So Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on earth. He was as a mighty hunter for the Lord, before the Lord. Therefore it said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Enrich, Iraq, and Kalink, in the land of Shirar. From that the land went to Assyria and built Nivrin, Riboth, and Kalal, and Rezin, between Niven and Kalal. That is the principal city. And I am sorry, but I just cannot get my tongue around any of these words. Mizraim begot Ludim, Anaman, Leobrim, Nabathim, Pathrazim, and Cashalum, from whom came the Philistines and the Capricorn. Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and Amorite, and Gresophite, the Hivite, and Arkit, the Sinite, and Advil, the Zenorite, and Hamareth. Afterwards the family of the Canaanites were dispersed, and the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon as you go towards Gerar, as far as Gaza. Then as you go towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zebulun, as far as Lasha. These were the sons of Ham, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands and their nations. And children were born also to Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, and the elder. The sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Aphrix, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Aphrix begot Salal, and Salal begot Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for his days on the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Jochan. Jochan begot Amorad, Shapha, Hasmath, Jeriah, Hadarinth, Uzra, Diklah, Obro, Abraham, Sheba, I know one of those words, Ophrah, Havilah, and Jabob. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling's place was from Mesha as you go towards Sephar and the mountains of the east. These were the sons of Shem, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, according to their nations. These were the families of the sons of Noah, according to their generations, in their nations, and from these the nations were divided on the earth after the flood. When are they going to start calling them names Sonia can pronounce? Okay, so chapter 11. Now the whole earth and one language, and now the whole earth had one language and one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from east that they found a plain in the land of Sharim, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. Could you imagine building stuff back then? Like, you've got no machines to lift all the bricks up higher and higher. You've probably got roughed out scaffolding of some type because you'd need something. But it would have been so dangerous to build really big things back then. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, indeed, the people are one, and they are all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now, nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of the earth. So that's why there's all these different languages, right? Way back here in Bible times, like before BC, right? Some time God made us all talk different languages to stop them coming together and being powerful. Wow. Okay, Shem's descendants. This is the genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Afrik. He didn't call them proper names either. 2 years after the flood, after he begot Afrik, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. Afrik lived 35 years and begot Shelah. After he begot Shelah, Afrik lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. I'm so glad I don't have to read all of them. Shelah lived 35 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Eber lived 34 years and begot Peleg. After he begot Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. After he begot Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and begot sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and begot Shreg. After he begot Shreg, Reu lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters. Shreg lived 30 years and begot Nabal. After he begot Nabal, Shreg lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. After he begot Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and begot sons and daughters. Do you notice that they're not living as long? My mind also goes to the women having all these sons and daughters. Nothing, no modern medicine to help with. Anyway. Now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Taran. This is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot. Lot? There's a story about Lot around here somewhere. And Haran died before his father Terah in his native land in Ur of Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Michalik, the daughter of Haran, the father of Michalik, and the father of Isaac. But Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan, and they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Okay, that's the end of today's reading. That was so hard. I'm so sorry with all those words of names and all of that type of stuff. I just want to read, as you know, there is things throughout this book that is written that's not part of the Bible, but they're just like side notes and stuff, right? So this title is called Commitment to Prayer. Talking with God daily is important to building a deeper relationship with Him. Perhaps you, like me, have had many stops and starts on the way to a vibrant prayer life. Some of the best advice I ever received was to write out a prayer list on a special book and begin taking my concerns to God each day. I tried it and was amazed as I paid close attention to how God answered item after item. As a woman after God's own heart, I hope you too will find a special prayer book for yourself. It can be basic or fancy. Use whatever works best for you. In the front of your special book, note this encouraging reminder areas God can and will impact through prayer. My relationship with God, prayer changes me. Psalm 51:10. Greater purity, confession causes me to purge practices that displease God. Matthew 5:29-30. Decisions to be made. Make no decision without prayer. Galatians 1:10. Improved relationships. Praying with someone will strengthen and better my relationship with him or her. Matthew 5:44. Contentment. If God doesn't meet it, I don't need it. Philippians 4:11-14. Ministering to others. Prayer makes a difference in the history of people's lives. Ephesians 1:15-9. Here's an idea of how to set out the special prayer book. Don't worry if yours isn't exactly the same. It's simply one idea to get you started. Whatever helps you constantly connect with the Father and reminds you that He is answering prayers is the right setup for you. So she's just got a table with date, request or concern, God's answer, and date answered. Now, what do you write in it? Requests for your loved ones, necessary needs for others, health concerns, confession of sins, or decisions you may need to make. Your original list does not need to be exhaustive. In time, you will add items as God brings them to your attention. Cultivating a heart committed to prayer. Set aside time each day to linger with the Lord in prayer. Begin small, even 5 minutes, and watch for mighty effects. Pray always, Ephesians 6:18, enjoying God's constant presence, Joshua 1:9. Pray faithfully for others, including your enemies, Matthew 5:44. Take seriously the power, privilege of the ministry of prayer. Spend time praising God with the requests He has answered. Prepare yourself to be blessed and to be a blessing to others through prayer. So some other studies that we can do is Matthew 7:7, Philippians 4:6-7, and 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Do you pray? Do you spend time in prayer? I do, probably not a long time. I do pray every morning when I wake up, and I do pray every night when I'm going to sleep. And then if something's really troubling when I'm walking along the beach, I will pray as well. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session, and come back tomorrow and we will continue reading the Bible in 1 year. God bless.